We're gonna watch a video first. It will explain the project a little bit easier and faster. And then I will try to tell you guys about the process.
My name is Massoud Hassani. I was born in Afghanistan. We lived on the outskirts of Kabul on the edge of a desert. Back then, there were many militaries from foreign countries who would train there with guns and explosives. When they went home, they left lots of explosives and mines behind. My brother and I would make wind-powered toys and would race them against the other children. We made many different designs using cheap materials that we found. So this very windy desert became our playground. Most people who live in Kabul will know somebody who has been hurt or killed by a landmine. After the loss of my father, my mother felt it would be too dangerous for me to stay, so she smuggled us out. After 4 years of traveling, I arrived in the Netherlands. I was accepted as a refugee. Now, as an adult working as a product designer, I use my background to inspire my projects. It has been calculated that it costs about $1,200 to clear a single landmine. So I designed a prototype that I hope to realize in places like Afghanistan. The total cost of its material is about 40 euros. It moves using the power of the wind. When it rolls over an anti-personnel landmine, it's heavy enough to detonate the explosive. With each detonation, the mine cajon loses just 1 or 2 legs. Therefore, it could potentially destroy 3 to 4 landmines in one journey. My ideal scenario would be to provide it for local people as a tool to cheaply survey this danger in their own environment.
So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the process, where we are now actually. This started with a school project, and this was a graduation project. And after that, I kind of continued working on it because it was really related to me and also to my background. So it was very interesting to me. What can I do with this kind of product? And also raising awareness for the landmines. It was very necessary actually. So the video you saw, it's made by Callum Cooper, a friend of mine from Australia. We did it in Morocco. We didn't have any plans there, so we went there, and there's a very nice environment. So that is about the movie. So this is about, the product is about anti-personnel landmines. There are a lot of them in the world. So this kid, I found this picture on the internet. So there's an illustration that he's missing not only a leg, but also a lot of friends, and because he's a disabled person that not a lot of persons wants to hang around with him. So that's also a social problem. Worldwide, there are about 110 million and every 22 minutes somebody is get maimed or killed by a landmine. And most of them are kids, 85% of them actually. An example. So what is the problem here? There are a lot of big machines and expensive ones as well, but they can't go anywhere. And they are meant to drive around for the roads and these kind of things. So here you can see the three main detectors actually, like a dog, a rat, or a person, a deminer. It takes a lot of time, and if it is a big distance, it's almost impossible, and it's very dangerous because these guys, they're walking on explosives. And so this is a desert in Afghanistan. He is demining, and this is going to take months before it's finished. And that's only the detection, and then you have to take it out from the ground as well. And so I've made an estimation here. Producing a landmine costs only 3 pounds, and removing them about 1,200 pounds, and they're about 110 million, so that will be 132 billion. This is actually not a big budget for governments to remove the landmines, but that's not the problem. The problem is they don't have the knowledge and the tools to do it. And there are 89 countries in the world, and they're not only in Afghanistan, but in many countries. And if we put all these affected land together, we will create a small continent which is not used. And I've seen a lot of people talking about nature and food. So this is actually wasteland. So this is Afghanistan, and so we can use one part of the country, and there are a lot of minerals. There are about 3 trillion minerals that is not used yet, and we can be the 3rd richest country in the world, but it is all in resources. And so the product is based on my childhood toys. I used to live in a desert where there were a lot of landmines, but we also made our own toys as well. So we made all kind of kites and small toys. There are a couple of them actually. So this is one of the wind-powered toy, and it is we used to play with it. And they land up to these mines, and I thought, as a graduation student, I thought maybe I can enlarge one of them. And then, so this type worked the best because it's round; it can move to any direction. And this was the first idea, kind of scenario idea. Is there sound?
And iron are the main components of the mine Kafron.
So this is an explanation how is it made.
To clear landmines. Inspired by a dandelion, it is powered by the wind and is equipped with GPS tracking. There are an estimated 30 million landmines in Afghanistan. Areas the mine Kafron has cleared will be visible via a website. The mine Kafron is cheap to produce and can clear up to 4 mines before it is destroyed.
So that was the brainstorm section, and then how do you translate it into an idea of into a product actually? So this is one of the real scale prototypes. To me, it was very interesting and also necessary. Is it heavy enough? And we have done here a test session. This is to press the mine and to detonate it basically. But they were all the ones that they don't explode. There will be only a little bit of smoke. So it worked, and then we have done another test. This is a real scenario. Actually, I'm running away. So there's a tripwire, and then this is a smaller one. It's about 1.70 meters. So if it rolls along and it triggers the wire, and there will be an explosion somewhere else. And this is the 3rd time, I guess. And we put here actually too many explosives, so the whole thing was gone. It was the first time, and it wasn't really fixed as well. And I worked on this product for 3 months or so. I put all my studying money on it, and then it was gone. Shit. Probably, yeah, it was the idea of my brother. He said, let's do it with more explosives. So, yeah. And after a few months, we went back, and this is more fixed one. And the result is much better because the bamboos were fixed better. So yeah, we have seen it, and this is also one of the test stations. Basically the same that as start. So when it hits, then it blows itself up, and it can it's very fragile. So that's also the idea behind it. And after that, the core stays intact. So I put all these sticks back. The white spots, they are actually the damaged ones. So you can tag them in this way. Because my background was creative industry or design, and then it became very popular in design world. So it got nominated for some prizes, and this is Milan for an exhibition. And then it got into MoMA, and this is Paul Antonelli. She talks about the idea, and so it got also into the art section. So it raised awareness also in there. That was very interesting. And it got a lot of media coverage, so that was very interesting, and I didn't know what to do with it. So, and actually I called Matt, and I asked him, something happening, how can we react on it? So he gave me some advices, and we did a Kickstarter later on to go on with this project. And this is a new start that I restarted the project. So the start was a ball, and it has some problems because the footprint's not big enough and so on. So this is a cylindrical one, and this is a robotic cylindrical. So basically this is a drone. We can program it, and it will collaborate with other cylindrical deminers, and it will drive around and draw a path. So like this. This is usually I still use toys to make another toy from it. Actually, this is just bought the equipment and put them together. And so this is we are now working on it to make a core for the original idea, and then you can steer that as well. This is another way to detect, but this is all in progress. So I learned also to work with drones. This was totally new for me. So these drones, they can fly in a pattern very low, and they scan the ground. So this is the application for it, still in progress. So basically, you can draw a map, and they can scan the whole ground and gives you all the indication that how that's what's happening. So they can also paint the ground with a spray. So that's a tag to visualize it, and also with GPS it will be visible. So, oh yeah, maybe I can show you an app which is it is the Minecraft app actually. I walked around the farm here, so this is how it works. This will be in one of these devices, so it can scan the ground and gives you all the information. So here are a few pictures, for example, if there's a mine or whatever, and an explosion. And so this all will be visible. And then locals can see this as well. And this is actually a kind of feedback for the guys who are living there. And so who is going to use it? That could be the guys who are demining at the moment, like governments and UK, UN, and NGOs, but I really also want to work with the locals. So for the locals, I was thinking to make a website that people can select an area and invite their friends and talk about it, and kind of crowd donate that area, and together you can clear it or improve it anyway. And so this is the start of that website. So basically, you can select an area here and describe what it is and crowdfund it with your friends. And this is a kind of platform for the Minecraft in the start, but it could be also for different problems in the future. And so this is basically about the Minecraft that I was doing and still developing. And as a product designer and industry designer, I am also making some other stuff. I will just go through it. This is a cooking book. I did it also a few years ago with my mother together. It's about Afghan kitchen. This is cooking products. You can cook with pebbles. You don't need oil and all that. So basically in that pan there's a lot of pebbles. So you heat it up until 400 degrees and you can put the meat inside it or on top of it and it will grill very, very quickly. Yeah, a few other things like this induction iron. Usually irons are made from lots of products. Like inside a steam iron there's about 70 or 80 products and here only two products. Or two parts, the iron itself and the induction. This is hard to explain. And this was part of our Kickstarter project, and we gave away like small sculptures to get the funding. And at the moment, I'm started a company 1 year ago, so we're very fresh still. And always it's nice to meet the interested people and talk about it. So I'm always open for that. And this is my workshop and my brother over there, and there's a cousin. He was very happy, and this was also part of our campaign. Yeah, and that's it actually. Thank you.